Hey, what's up, everyone? I'm Sam, along with my co-host Stank and Poppy Latte, and you're watching the Loose Cannon Super Bowl Blitz Fan Friday. I guess it's technically episode 4, presented by Red Cap Plumbing and Air, a Tampa-based company who takes pride in the reputation for timely service, professional results, and exceeding your expectations. They truly define #Tampa Proud. We are joined by Pewter Reports, Scott Reynolds, the guy I think should be the one presenting for Rondé Barber in the Hall of Fame.
I'd get him in. I'm telling you.
Right? I know you'd get him in. Welcome back to the show. Scott, the Bucs are in the Super Bowl. It's been a long time coming. Nobody's used to working this far into the season as it relates to media people. Fans don't know what the fuck they're doing. We're just losing our shit, dude. Talk to me, man. Talk to me about this Super Bowl.
Well, it's been a wild ride. I'm going to admit I didn't think they would be here. I thought that first year with Tom Brady, in the second year of Bruce Arians, I thought that this would be like a stepping stone year, get back to the playoffs, maybe one and done, maybe you win a game. And then 2021 is the year that I thought this whole thing would come together. So they're ahead of schedule as far as I'm concerned. And that's okay, because we can do it again next year too, right? We can, we can go back-to-back Super Bowls. That'd be fun. So, but I'm really proud of this team. I think that the bye week and the Chicago game, weeks 5 and weeks 12, were the two pivotal moments for this franchise, because in week 5 they stopped beating themselves with penalties, and the turnovers. Really, I think from that point on, and there's the Saints game, on Sunday night that wasn't fun. I guess you guys were partly to blame for that by being in attendance.
We were.
Yep.
But I think that the week 5 they stopped beating themselves, started beating other teams, and then guys, they just ran out of gas. I mean, week 12, it's 12 straight weeks of football. I predicted the loss to Kansas City just because they were going to be out of gas, and they were. I mean, that month of November, they played 3 playoff caliber teams. They lost all 3. They were 3 out of 4. But you know what? They recharged the batteries. The coaches got some self-scouting going, and they have been a much better team since the bye week, obviously winning 7 straight.
I think Tom Brady's been a better quarterback. The system, they've fine-tuned it. He's humming. There's been a lot good about.
I think Byron Leftwich has been a better play caller since the bye week. I think they really figured some things out during that bye week, and they're running the ball on 3rd and short now. Guess what, guys? 3rd and 2 is a rundown. You run the ball on 3rd and 2. Stop with this empty formation nonsense, throwing the ball on 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2. It's stupid. You know what? Against Kansas City, it didn't work, fellas. They tried that gimmick 4 times. They were 1 of 4, and they converted one of those 3rd downs. That was to Antonio Brown with a 2-yard catch on 3rd and 1. The other 3 times resulted in punts, and lo and behold, the offense played their role in this team being down 17-0 in the first quarter. So, what I like is they kind of scrapped that empty backfield nonsense on 3rd and short. They've run the ball. Guess what, guys? They were 9 of 10. That's 9 of 10, and 90% when running the ball on 3rd and 3 or fewer since the bye week.
Wow. Okay.
And the one time that they didn't get the first down was Ronald Jones getting stuffed for no gain in New Orleans on 3rd and 1. Guess what happened on 4th down? The quarterback sneaked it with Tom Brady. He got the first down anyways. Got a 2-yard gain with the quarterback plunge. Okay. So they figured some things out during the bye week. And I like the fact that they're running the ball, because guess what? They averaged 4 yards a carry during the regular season. They're averaging 4.4 in the offseason. I mean, during the postseason. So when you need 2 yards and you're averaging 4, run the ball.
Kind of easy. Yeah. But we take that for granted, Scott. Nobody talks about it too much, but I agree. Since week 5 and Tom Brady's very publicized meltdown on the fucking sideline, I read his lips, because I'm pretty good at reading Tom Brady's lips. He said something about wake the fuck up to everyone on the sideline, and this team's notorious for that, right? We've seen it with the Dirk Cutter years. We've seen it with Bruce Arians. Last year, if Bruce Arians is such a good coach, why aren't they doing? Well, the players got to hold themselves accountable at some point. You're a professional.
That's right.
Like Bruce can't go out there and not false start for you, or not do stupid shit, or not get personal fouls for you. And ever since that game, we don't even fucking talk about penalties. Like it's just not even an issue.
Yeah.
There's games where they don't have any penalties, and it's like, what?
Tom fixed a problem that how many coaches before him couldn't fix for entire seasons. Dirk Cutter didn't even have a response. Tom's like, fuck this. Stop committing penalties, motherfuckers. And I was like, dude, shit, Tom's talking. That's enough.
Dirk's response, and that's where we're like, oh, he's
If I knew, I'd have fixed it.
I'd fix it. It's like, oh, bro, you are gone.
Here we are. How many years later? We're in the Super Bowl. We're from a confused, lost coach 3 years ago to now in the fucking Super Bowl.
Yeah.
In Tampa.
Yeah, I think that's where the honeymoon period ended. You know, where Tom, the nice Tom, he showed his real colors or what he could potentially be. You know, that's after, you know, like when you get married.
You know what? He said, hey, assholes, I didn't come down here to lose, okay?
Not
right?
Chicago.
I'm here to friggin' get this team in the Super Bowl, so let's go. Get with the program. And if you don't think that had any impact, fellas, I can't remember the last time I saw a game without penalties, right? And what happened the next week against Green Bay?
None.
0 penalties, right?
That was nutty.
And after that, it was like 1 or 2 here or there throughout the rest of the games. Yeah. And what you were going to say, Ryan Jensen?
Yeah, Ryan Jensen. Like, you don't see any of the late stuff. He got one against Chicago, and it was like,
right.
Haven't seen anything. He'll play to the edge between the whistle. He'll actually get some calls his way, which is pretty fucking sweet now.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Playing the game within the game.
He's Dennis Rodman of offensive lineman, dude.
Yes.
He is. Oh, no, he is. There's no doubt about it. So, and you know what? I think this game, listen, for all of the Mahomes, Tom Brady hype, this is going to be one in the trenches. This game's going to be one in the trenches. It's going to be offensive line for the Buccaneers. Can they stop Steve Spagnuolo's blitzing tendencies? Because they blitzed about 48% of the time against Tampa Bay in Week 12. And for Tampa Bay, their defensive line, can they really take advantage of this banged up, replacement-driven Kansas City offensive line? Because they should be able to. I would expect the Chiefs to really go to some quick passing, which is what they did in the second half against Tampa Bay anyways. And that's fine, because if you look outside of that first quarter, guys, against the Chiefs, they held Kansas City to 10 points over the last 3 quarters. That's it. And you look at what they did against Patrick Mahomes in the second half, held him to 103 yards and 1 touchdown. Why? Because Todd Bowles made the proper adjustments. He just made him a little too late. If he would have made him about 10, 15 minutes earlier, it would have been fine. But he made those adjustments in the second quarter. They paid dividends. They went to a lot more cover 2, cover 4, even cover 6. And as a result, it took away the downfield stuff, and the Chiefs had to kind of nickel and dime. And that's when they started to dial up the pressure with the 4-man rush. And even though they only had 2 sacks, the Bucs had 20 pressures in that game. So now you take away Eric Fisher. You move Mike Remmers from right tackle to left tackle. You move Andrew Wiley from right guard to right tackle. You put Stefan Wisniewski in there at right guard. Oh, and by the way, you got this guy named Vita Vea who wasn't there in Week 12, right?
Wow.
I'm expecting, and there's no reason why, Shaq Barrett and Jason Pierre-Paul can't combine for 5 sacks again this week.
Do you think over the last few weeks, Todd Bowles has found the recipe on defense? Has he found that sweet spot? They're playing aggressive. They're getting all over the opponents as they're facing, and now you've added a Vita Vea.
Yes, Amber, they have. But the problem is the way they played against Washington, especially against the Saints and even against Green Bay. They can't play that way against Kansas City.
Correct.
Because you can't blitz Patrick Mahomes. You got to rush for the 4, and you can't play cover 1, and that's what they like to do. They like to play cover 1 and cover 3. Press man, they've kind of gotten into the habit of, oh, this works now. Wait a minute. Are you saying Carlton Davis is a press man corner? Did he do that at Auburn? Jamel Dean, did he do that at Auburn too? Wait, Sean Murphy Bunting, he excels in press man? What? Yeah, but the problem is you can't do that against Kansas City. So everything the Bulls figured out, he can't do. The stuff that worked, that got the Bucs here, he can't do. What he has to do is go back to what worked in quarters 2, 3, and 4 against Kansas City. That means cover 2. And that means not blitzing. That means just, rolling the dice and letting Shaq be Shaq and JPP be JPP. And now you have Sue and Vita in there. And I think that that's going to be enough. I do. I really believe that if they if they stick to what worked against Kansas City the first time, it will work the second time.
Will they though? Can they put their pride aside because they've looked their best throughout the playoffs, playing a lot of press, being extremely aggressive. They haven't blitzed a whole lot, but they've been extremely aggressive in the secondary. And
I hope so, guys. If you go right back to the end of the first half against Kansas City in Week 12, right, and the Chiefs were down there, the Bucs held them to a field goal. Had they do it, they played cover 2. Down there, and they applied pressure. It was Will Golston one play, Shaq Barrett the next, Jason Pierre-Paul, 3 and out by Mahomes on that particular series, right? They got the first down inside around the 10-yard line, and then it was boom, 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 incomplete, because they were playing cover 2, and Mahomes likes to have the one-on-one reads, right? And he'll throw it up to Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill will make some fantastic plays. I mean, criticize Carlton Davis all you want. Carlton Davis actually had good coverage the whole game. He didn't get smoked or toasted. He really didn't. He had good coverage. It's just great throws and great catches beat great coverage. It's just how it was, right? I mean, going back to 1999, with you young whippersnappers, if Brian Kelly was 6 foot or 6'1" rather than 5'11", and his fingers a little bit longer, I mean, that pass to Ricky Prohl goes like this, right? I mean, if it's like this, then the
that
Bucs
pass
probably
prevented a dynasty. That was the beginning of a dynasty.
That hurts, Scott. You have to go back.
Well, I'm just saying it was a perfect pass and a perfect catch, and it beat perfect coverage. So that's my point. Is and you know what happened? Todd Bowles went back to cover 1 down there at the 20-yard line in the start of the third quarter, and what did Mahomes do? Touchdown pass to Tyreek Hill. Antoine Winfield was late getting in alignment, couldn't get over in time, So, I mean, the blueprint's there.
Carlton Davis was a perfect position again. That was like right by 0.
Yeah, that pass was stupid.
That pass was dumb. And Scott, 25 years, Scott, it's not cover 2. It's Tampa 2.
Tampa 2.
I see. I hate to say it. Lovie Smith ruined Tampa 2 for me. Right. I was all about the Tampa 2 with Monty Kiffin. Then Dirk Cutter.
Lovie didn't play Tampa 2. Lovie played cover 2. The Bucs before him played Tampa 2. All right.
Okay.
Turns out the Tampa 2, you kind of need to have some of the same ingredients to run the Tampa 2.
That's why it's called the Tampa 2. But you talked about them having to play a different defense, but having Vita Vea come back and then seeing what the front 4 did against Green Bay should give them enough confidence to feel like, okay, this is the game plan for this game. We can do it. And they are deficient at the exact moment that Vita has now finally come back with the right tackles, the left tackle. Like, this is set up for the Bucs to play well and succeed on defense. It has to go now to the offensive side of the ball. Can the Bucs, keep the ball out of Mahomes' hands? Can they finish drives? Can they avoid those 3-and-outs early and the slow starts that have plagued us outside of the playoffs?
Yeah. Well, I revealed one part of the puzzle, right? And that is when you get to 3rd and short, run the ball, and it's worked, and keep doing it, because you don't want to lose possessions, right? With the team that can score on one play, and we saw that 75 yards, right? You don't want to lose a possession. You need to try to score points every possession. Stack field goals if you have to, but touchdowns are better, right? But you don't want to have to punt the ball in this game. And the Bucs have done that a couple times. They've had some games where they just don't punt, or they punt once or twice. This has got to be one of those games. They have to get to 30, guys, because they're 11-0 when they score 30 points or more this year. That's the magic number. And if you go back and look, there was that instance after the big 48-yard catch and run by Gronk. They got down to the 6-yard line, and they couldn't punch it in. They had to kick a field goal. Well, they scored a touchdown there, right? I'm trying to just do the math in my head. That's 4 points more that they should have had. They lost by 3.
W.
Yeah. So I think that the other thing too, I mentioned Gronk. The other way that you beat this Kansas City team is their linebackers are awful. Their best linebacker was Willie Gay, their 2nd-round pick, and he was kind of a part-time player because he's a rookie, but he's very fast and athletic. Tore his meniscus, he's out for the game. And you look at the matchups there. I mean, they're not good linebackers. They're very average. They don't make plays. That's their weakness. And so I think you saw, Wilson, the linebacker, 54. He gave up the 48-yard shot to Gronk in the 3rd quarter. He gave up the 37-yard touchdown to Rojo in the 2nd quarter. and that's the guy you target. You know, I mean, you take advantage of the tight ends in this game. I mean, Gronk had 106 yards. Cam Brate, I think, had around 40 yards. You know, you work the middle of the field. Godwin was big in that game with 97 yards, and take shots to Mike every once in a while. But I think this is a between the hash type game, and pick on those linebackers with the tight ends in the backside of the backfield.
God, I listened to your podcast earlier today. Awesome podcast. Not subscribed to Pewter, but you should check it out. Very informative. Good shit.
Appreciate
Sam,
that.
where's your Celsius, man? You always have Celsius. Really, really, Scott. He always has Celsius. It's fucking amazing. It's good shit.
Got mine right here.
Boom. There's the Celsius. Scott,
That
I have a
mango's
feeling
so good.
you guys are going to be pretty excited with your score prediction when we get there.
Yep.
But I'm excited because, you know, this podcast, we're sponsored by Beck's Baby Oil, right?
Yes, sir.
When I listen to your podcast, you know, Mr. Beck 2020 himself came up, and we talked about him on defense, but on your podcast. Oh, man, on your podcast. God's gift to earth. If that man scores a touchdown, Scott, I'm streaking with John Ledyard because he said he was in a streak. If Vita Vea scores the game-winning touchdown, I might lose my fucking mind. Straight up.
Guys, for whatever reason, I got to think that there's going to be some type of trick play in this game. We've seen the Buccaneers with the flea flicker, right, earlier in the year. We've seen back in 2019, Bruce Arians' first year, they put Vita Vea in as a fullback right by the goal line and threw the ball to him, caught the touchdown pass. I could see him getting a carry a la the Fridge, William the Fridge Perry in the Super Bowl. A lot of fans said that was sacrilege because Walter Payton didn't even score in the Super Bowl. They handed off to the big 330-pound fullback, but it worked. So I could see Vita Vea maybe getting a carry or a short yardage play here. I think that now that he's healthy, you put him in that package like you've had him before. It's a different wrinkle, and you haven't seen it all year, right? I don't think the Chiefs have necessarily studied that from last year. It's worth a shot.
He's so good.
A fully rested Vita, like, you know, coming off the injury, he's just been, you know, just soaking up that his body's been healing. He's an animal. I can't wait to see what he can do with another 2 weeks to get his body in football shape, but still having like a full tank of gas. It's gonna be.
Dude, he only played 5 weeks before that Green Bay game, and you've
Yeah.
got what I think is the key to winning this game, fresher than any other player on the fucking field.
Yeah.
And he's going against guys that aren't going to be able to block him, even if they were starters.
Yeah.
Like, people in the league don't block this guy. And here he is coming in to tear it up. I don't know if they'll hand the ball off to him just because a guy who hasn't touched the ball enough carrying the ball seems a little risky. He could pop it out. I've been thinking the whole time they're going to throw him a pass. He's going to hatch it in the end zone. I understand he was a running back in high school.
No, you said it's too risky. No risk it, no biscuit.
Well, okay, you're right. And also, he is Mr. Beck's 2020, and he does have the Loose Cannon's Beck's Baby Oil karma from coming on the show. So, you know, Scott, if he didn't come on the show, he doesn't even make it back from the injury. Just so you know,
that's true.
What's going on here.
Scott,
I think that pushed him over the edge. I really do.
Scott, as a fellow Pop Warner defensive coordinator,
yes,
you and I have talked about this before. Clearly, they're going to roll Pat Mahomes out quite a bit, which is going to allow the defense to kind of cut the field in half. You know, but I'm assuming they're going to try to run some trick plays and, you know, get some backside stuff on us. How do you think we deal with that? Because that has to be, they're not going to be able to stop our front four. I just can't see it happening.
Yeah. Well,
how do you see Bowles attacking them?
Well, here's the thing. If they roll Mahomes, it's going to be rolling to the right because he's right-handed. Doesn't mean he can't throw across his body. He'll do that. But he's a right-handed quarterback, so they're going to roll him to the right. The only thing that concerns me is Jason Pierre-Paul is way better in terms of setting the edge and maintaining the pocket discipline than Shaq Barrett. That's the one thing, if I've got to knock Shaq Barrett on, is he will blow contain. He'll get too far up the field sometimes, and he just won't do that. Matter of fact, that's what happened in the Kansas City game. If you remember, Shaq Barrett started on the right side of that game. That's where you got the sack fumble from in the second quarter. Started rolling Patrick Mahomes, towards the other side of the field. And Jason Pierre-Paul did a good job of shutting that off. And so I think that And then they switch back and forth and when, if they're different matchups. But I think Pierre-Paul's the better guy at setting the edge. So if they start doing that, I'm making sure that JPP is rushing from the left side rather than the right. I think that's the best way you shut it down.
It's actually where he got that personal foul call, right? Was Mahomes had rolled out and JPP was, closing in on him and he hit him in the helmet. Was that not on the rollout?
That wasn't a rollout. Jason Pierre-Paul actually ran a game and came inside and then straight up the middle and got
flushed him out.
Yeah, and it's interesting because Mahomes actually threw 2 interceptions that game. He threw one to Jordan Whitehead that was called back. I think was Ndamukong Suh jumped off sides, or maybe it was Barrett. And then on that play, Poppy, where I think it was kind of a questionable hit, right? I mean, he had his hands up, and his hand came into the helmet, but it wasn't like he whacked him. He literally was trying to swat the ball down, but that was picked off by Sean Murphy-Bunting, and that play didn't count. So I thought that despite only having 2 sacks, they did a pretty reasonable job of pressuring Mahomes, and that was again without Vita Vea. The other thing is, guys, I think that the 2 things that stick out of my mind that I just don't know, and I'm the Buck expert, but I have no clue how they're going to be deployed in this game, is Ronald Jones, right? He ran 10 times for 16 yards in the Green Bay game, right? And we saw Leonard Fournette be playoff Lenny, right? Scored another touchdown, and Leonard's been the man, right? And you've had the quad injury, the broken pinky, the COVID that's really slowed Rojo and taken away some of that mojo. But Rojo did have 66 yards in that Kansas City game, the 37-yard touchdown catch, and he averaged 7.3 yards per carry and only 9 carries. So, I think they're going to stick with the hot hand, but at the same time, Ronald really tore the Chiefs up. So it'd be interesting to see how they use the backs in this game. The other thing is we've talked about Vita Vea coming back. Jamel Dean didn't play in that Chiefs game. He's the fastest corner on this team. So how do they deploy him? Do they put him on Mecole Hardman? Do they just put him out there on, the right side of the field, right? Do they stick with Sean Murphy-Bunting and only bring in Jamel Dean in nickel situations and slide Murphy-Bunting in the slot? Or do they put Dean on Hill and say, you get a crack at him? It's going to be interesting to see how they deploy Jamel Dean, because that's a real X factor in this game, because Dean still suffering from that concussion that he suffered the week prior against the Rams. So he wasn't in this Week 12 game.
Well, the other thing, too, is they have all these safeties. They arguably have 3 safeties, and Todd can use those guys, and they have 3 corners. If they start with one thing, I'm sure they're going to have contingency A, B, and C. They'll be able to kind of switch things around. Maybe one guy focuses more on Kelsey. That's what's so good about having all these guys for Todd Bowles, is now Todd can really dig into that cupboard and figure out what works, what doesn't work, and be prepared for any scenario. I'm leaning towards thinking that Carlton Davis is going to be on Tyreek again. They're just going to play behind him better to allow him to be aggressive, but not also get burned at the same time. And it's all predicated up front. Those front 4, they get to Mahomes. It doesn't matter if any of those guys. They just got to hold him 2-3 seconds. Just hold your coverage for 2 or 3 seconds. And JPP and Shaq, if they play the way they play with Vita against the Packers, recipe's there, man. There's a W.
And you know what, guys? They've got to jam Travis Kelce at the line of scrimmage. That did not make any sense to me at all, because you had Levante David got owned by Travis Kelce. 4 catches, 42 yards. I mean, he got a first down every time he caught the ball on Levante. And then the other guys, they had Carlton on him for a play. They had Sean Murphy-Bunting on him in the slot twice. And in every single time, he was not jammed or accosted at the line of scrimmage. And what are you afraid of? Travis Kelce's going to beat if you don't. So you might as well just try. And if he beats you right off the press, then you're going to be beat anyways. But why not try to lock him up for a second at the line of scrimmage, disrupt that timing between Mahomes and Kelce? The longer Patrick Mahomes holds on to the ball, right, even if it's for half a second more, that's another step that JPP or Vita or Shaq is going to have bearing down on Mahomes.
Scott, you remember, Tony Gonzalez used to own us, and you remember who ultimately was the best at covering Tony Gonzalez, don't you?
Well, I remember Raheem Morris put Rondé Barber on him.
Exactly. I was going to say you got 20 behind you. Rondé, I mean, he did his best. Obviously, you can't always shut a guy like that down, but Rondé was physical with Tony. Obviously,
he was
much smaller.
He had to be, right? He had to be. He had no choice. Yeah.
All right. Scott, how about some voicemails? But before we do, can I get a score prediction from you and MVP prediction from you, please?
Oh, boy, the MVP. All right. Well, the score prediction is Kansas City losing 34-31. See, I got you, Sam. Look at you. You're like, wait a minute. Hold up here.
I'm like, what?
I was going to take a drink, and then I heard you say Kansas City. I was like, oh.
You got to paint the picture, Scott, like you did on your podcast. It's a suck-up walk-off, right?
Well, I don't know about walk-off, but it's going to be a suck-up difference. I think John Ledyard said the suck-up walk-off, but I wouldn't put it past him. And if you look at the Tom Brady Super Bowls, right, they don't blow anybody out. The Patriots didn't blow anybody out. And so many times it was an Adam Vinatieri field goal at the last minute or a Stephen Gostkowski field goal. So Brady's used to that, right? So I would not be surprised if it comes down to a walk-off field goal by suck-up, and I think he drills it. But yeah, I think that in order for them to beat Kansas City, they got to get over 30 points, and I think they're gonna do that. I think they'll get 34.
Yeah, I get Brady's Super Bowls have been close, but Bucs Super Bowls
never close. Never close.
It's a great point, Stank. That's fantastic.
Stank brought it up on our last podcast. You know, the Bucs, we fucking score on defense.
Yeah, bro. We score in Super Bowls.
We scored 5 touchdowns on. We had 5 interceptions on defense, and we were playing in San Diego. Imagine we were playing at home.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Come on.
All right. Rapid fire voicemails.
Hold on. Here's my MVP is going to be Brady.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Brady's going to be Brady. And if it's not Brady,
you really went out on a limb for that one.
It's gonna
well, believe it or not, there's been plenty of instances where he wasn't. Like Deion Branch, was one year. Julian Edelman was. So it's not an automatic that Brady, just because he wins Super Bowls, gets the MVP. I think he's only won like 4 of them. So
the last one
I'm predicting Ryan Jensen is the MVP.
Vita Vea.
Just friggin' nuts to say
if Vita Vea scores a touchdown and gets a sack in this game, it'd be hard not to give it to him if the Bucs win. Just saying.
He's going to get 2 sacks.
Jesus Lord.
Just saying.
I mean, if he lays his body on Mahomes twice, then what's the backup quarterback's name again? I forget.
Chad Henne.
Yeah, Chad Henne's in the game.
It'll be a rematch of Michigan quarterbacks then.
I'm gonna lean in this, okay? If Vita Vea scores a touchdown and gets a sack and wins the MVP, he will never pay for a haircut at my establishment again. Ever.
Like it. Pay now.
Like it.
You were charging that man? What the fuck?
He pays. I try not to charge, and he's like, "Stop insulting me." Like, bro, your money's no good here. I feel like
mayo on pizza, dude.
No good here.
That's great.
All right, voicemails. Let's go. Get Scott out here on time. Let's do this.
We're gonna start with a banger. If it'll play with my dial-up.
Oh God,
you know who this is, Scott.
We made it, baby.
We
fucking made it. Fucking Super Bowl, bro. It's our time, bro. Holy fucking shit. Holy fucking shit, bro. We're in, bro. We're in. Fucking Fair Fresh Friday, man. For the last of the season, bro. This is it. This is it. This is for all the fucking marbles, bro. I mean, what more could you fucking ask, bro? Fucking Hollywood script, man. For real. For real, bro. Who fucking thought we got the fucking GOAT on the Buccaneers? I mean, really? Come on, bro. You know how many we've been fucked? Got the fucking GOAT. Even during the season, man, nobody fucking had us here, bro. Nobody, man. Nobody talking shit. Even in the playoffs, every fucking game, we were picked to lose. They said the GOAT ain't got it no more. We fucking washed. Motherfuckers. Recognize. Here we are. Here we are! We're fucking here!
We are.
And this is fucking our time.
Mm-hmm.
This is fucking our time. Our time for fucking glory. Our fucking time for glory. I'm trying to be crystal here. Glory, motherfuckers. Glory. We're going all in, bro. All in. Heart and soul. Everything left on the field. All or fucking nothing. All or nothing.
It's a great show.
Destiny, my brothers. That's not an easy word to throw around. But destiny. Team of destiny. Know your fucking role. And if the players are listening, bro, look around you. Take it all in, bro. And ask yourself, are you going to be the guy that's going to let down the goat? Now, fuck that. Are you going to be the guy to let yourself down? The answer is no. Fuck no. Fuck no. We're going to bring it. We're going to bring it proper. Oh, fuck.
Longest voicemail.
Yes, sir. Bring the fucking pain.
I don't care.
Fucking Mahomes,
Lou.
man. You don't know what the fuck's coming for him, bro. I think we're going to have a fucking dominant fucking game. A dominant game. The boys are going to fucking lay down the fucking law. Drop the fucking sledgehammer. We're going to fucking bring it like we haven't brought it all fucking year long. It might even be a fucking blowout. Mark the motherfucking tape.
Mark it.
Mark the motherfucking tape.
Mark it.
It's going to be fucking on. It is going to be fucking on, brother. Oh! Woo! Yes, sir!
The only voicemail we can play.
Yes, fucking sir! Super Bowl. And Mahomes, we're going to send our boy home with a ketchup bottle up his fucking ass! And go!
There it is.
Let's fucking go!
Let's fucking go.
One more time! Fire the motherfucking cannons! Yes, fire the fucking cannons! We're going to fire those motherfuckers all fucking night long! Woo! Victory, bitches! Victory!
Wow.
Wow.
That is
It's a
his
lot to
greatest
take in.
voicemail ever.
Welcome to the Fan Friday call-in show, Scott.
God,
Okay.
usually it's 90 seconds. That was 4 minutes. It's Lou. Lou's special to us.
Oh yeah,
And
I know
it's the
Lou.
Super Bowl, so
Yeah. Why not?
Scott
Sure,
has
Lori-
no more time
hey.
now.
Yeah.
Glory,
We have-
motherfuckers. That's it, right? Glory.
That's it.
4 minutes. Fucking glory.
Uh,
Glory, motherfucker.
do you have time for the rest of these voicemails, or do you want
Yeah,
to?
let's do it. Let's
All
do
right,
it.
let's do it.
Let's fuck-
yes.
Let's go.
Like it.
Overtime with Scott Reynolds.
I think this is Preacher.
Hello, this is David Chappelle, man. You guys are hilarious, man. I've been checking you guys out for a while now.
It's Dave Chappelle.
Going for the Bucs because Brian Leftwich is from DC, and I got to support that, man. And I want to know you guys are going to win it, man. Everybody
say
forget
Brian
you.
Leftwich?
I'm with you. And when I come down to Tampa, I want to know who's got the lead. I'm Rich, bitch. Go Bucs.
Dave
Okay.
Chappelle on our show.
Wow. A
All
younger
right,
Dave
then.
Chappelle called our show and called our offensive
And he's
coordinator.
got COVID
Brian
right now.
Leftwich. Yep.
He's got COVID and he called in. That's fucking cool. Thank you, Dave.
Thank you so
Appreciate
much.
that.
Huge fan of the show. Huge fan of his
Honored.
Hallelujah.
Scott.
That won the victory.
You're going to Hollywood. You're going to Hollywood.
You're
Happy
going-
Stank and our special guest here, Mr. Reynolds. I love your show, my brother. And we got 97. We're going to hit it, and here it goes. Hollywood can wrote a better script than what we live in right now, and we are the real actors. And to see the changes that this team went through during the year, and everybody said Tom that didn't have it, and every time we would lose to New Orleans Saints, and everybody said, oh, y'all not gonna do anything. And then when we started winning, the team was too weak, and we got the championship. Oh, because they called the wrong play. It was always something. This is what you call a perfect storm. We will win the Super Bowl. These guys earn the right to be there. We're making them mad that you let us use our cannons. We earn the right to use the cannons now. You said home field advantage, let it be home field advantage. Anyway, it is what it is. And Samuel, Laffy Taxi, Stank, Mr. Reynolds, I ain't gonna stay too long because I know we only got 90 seconds. In the words of my brother Lou, we ready, we ready, we ready for y'all. No more talk.
No more talk.
No more talk.
These voicemails are solid, dude.
I like it. Yeah.
By the way, I agree with you, Scott. I heard you talk about it. How the fuck is Fire the Cannons a competitive advantage? Fuck
Yeah,
you,
it's stupid.
Some bullshit.
Yeah.
What's going on? This is Corey from Nashville, man. Why is the Super Bowl special to me? I think it's special because it's unscripted. We had such an up and down regular seasons, especially versus playoff teams. We were demolished by the Saints twice. And to watch not only our players pull it together, but our coaching staff. The last 7 games, our coaching staff has been outstanding. Todd Bowles has been outstanding. He's been a chess master. Bruce Arians, Byron Leftwich, my God, how can I not? And then you look at having this minority coaching staff. It's something special because you look around the NFL and the thing about the coaching and the hires, and me being a minority, it's special. Seeing this diverse coaching staff, even the women on the coaching staff, on the training staff, coaching staff, etc. It's amazing. My score prediction for this game, I got Tampa, man. I think we've proven that we can play with this team and play with anybody. Todd Bowles has proven he's a genius. And I'm going to go ahead and pick Tampa to win this game 28-24.
Not 30, Scott.
We're going to get the ball late in the fourth quarter with a chance to ice it, and that's what we're going to do. It's pretty much playing on what Mahomes has done to so many other teams. We're going to get the ball with the lead, and the Kansas City Chiefs will not see the ball again. 28-24 Tampa, that's my prediction. I love you guys. Keep doing what you're doing. Hopefully I can see you this weekend.
Oh, yeah. Love you, Corey.
All right. I like
another
it.
great call.
Great call.
Yeah.
But I think we got to 30, but I like it.
He says we could have.
Loose Cannon!
Sounds like Lou.
It's Sam from SoCal.
Oh.
Hey, cocaine's a hell of a drug, and that was my Lou the Legend impression right there. But I'm gonna cut right to it. All right, this Super Bowl is special to me personally because man, it's like a fucking movie. This is a chance to have the perfect story and for something in life to go perfectly right. We are playing at home in this Super Bowl, and this year has been special with Bucs Twitter and the Bucs fandom as a whole fucking period, and just Buccaneers history. All right, and you know the connection we made this year, bro. It's been fucking insane. All right, like you know all the legends we made on Twitter and shit. Like you know you got poor Richie Lou, you guys Loose Cannons, Stank, Poppy, you know Sammer, X, bro. Jake Arians, like, dude, it's just everything, bro. Just think about it all. Like, this year has been like no other. And it will be unforgettable no matter the outcome. But shit, we're going to fucking fight for that win, all right? But, look, real quick, I just want to say, look, thank you guys, all right? I've made some amazing memories with you guys. You know, I'll never forget the answers you guys gave when I asked for you guys' personal, you know, favorite Buccaneers memories. And, you know, we had Sam over here getting dust in his eyes and just, you know, all the answers that all the callers gave and all that. And, man, it's just beautiful, all right? And, man, like, just fucking the nickname Ant-Man, how that gained traction and all that, like, bro. And then you guys made Channel 8 News. You guys made the fucking news, bro. And, like, bro, it's just our time. We get to share this with our family and our loved ones. And some of us, we were way too young to remember the 2002 Super Bowl winning season. So now we get to soak it all in along with all the other OG fans, all right? So let's raise the fucking flags, fire the fucking cannons, ready the entire fucking crew. Pump your fucking chest with pride. We are proud as fuck of our boys because it's been an unforgettable journey up to this point, all right? So let's fight for this win. Let's keep the Lombardi at home in Tampa. We are aiming for immortality. Go Bucs!
Wow.
Yeah.
Like it.
Hell of a call.
She was
Hey, Scott, real quick.
Yeah.
Your favorite Bucs memory?
Yes.
the Ronde Barber pick 6 in 2002. But that was the precursor, of course, for the Super Bowl. But I mean, like I've said before on the show, once they beat Philly at Philly, I had no illusions they were going to lose to the.
Were you there at that game?
I was not,
Yeah.
and it was an amazing thing. The cool thing about that pick 6 was I was actually at home with my family at the time, and you literally heard the entire neighborhood, right, just yell and scream, right? That was one of the coolest things I've ever experienced covering this team, was just the entire neighborhood erupting. Like you could hear it, right? Like you hear like fireworks around New Year's and 4th of July outside, neighbors shooting them off. This was like just people yelling and screaming down the street and the street over and stuff. So that was really cool. Obviously, the Super Bowl win was super special. But I mean, that Ronde Barber pick 6, to exercise the demons, to shut down the vet, to get this team to the Super Bowl. I remember being on Jim Rome show that the next week, and he asked me who I thought was going to win the Super Bowl. I'm like, the Bucs. I mean, they've already won. They beat the Eagles. They've already won. And I really believe that once they beat the Saints this year, I picked them to beat the Packers. They did. I think they're going to beat the Chiefs. I think the Saints was the big hurdle, in my opinion.
I agree.
The Saints.
I said it was our Super Bowl.
That was our Eagles. Like once they beat the Saints, this team, it's never been about talent, right? Like
right.
It's unfair. It's a Madden team.
Yeah.
Once they got over that mental mind fuck of the Saints, it's like,
yes,
it could be anybody.
That's right. That's exactly right.
Anybody.
Yeah. Trust me, they are not scared of the Chiefs. They're not. I honestly think that the way that game ended, if they could have gotten the ball back from Mahomes, they would have won the game. I think everybody in that locker room knows it. And it was, that first quarter killed them. And what's happened since the bye week? This team has done so much better in first quarter scoring, right? And that has not been a problem. So I don't expect it to be an issue. And guess what? I think one of the most hidden stats is the Bucs are 27th in the league in first quarter scoring, but they're first in the league. And I'm talking about on defense, like giving up points, but they're number 1 on defense in the league in fourth quarter scoring. They only hold opponents to 3.8 yards. 3.8 points in the fourth quarter. So they put the clamps down, and that's what I'm saying. They can just solve the first quarter. I think they beat the Chiefs.
You know who else knows it, Scott?
Who's that?
The Chiefs know. The Chiefs know. They can bump gums and look confident, but they know they're facing.
They're in for a fucking fight. That's what they know.
They're facing a different team.
Yeah.
Stank. It's glory, motherfuckers, right? I mean, that's what it's all about.
Know it.
Come on.
These voicemails have been crazy good. The Super Bowl voicemails. Hit the play button.
I did.
Evening, guys. It's Jack from England again.
England!
I called up at the end of the regular season before the playoffs, so I just thought I'd check in again. Super Bowl week. So excited, so fired up. Obviously, you guys have been fans longer than me. I'm just here for the ride because of a certain quarterback. But as the season's gone on, I fell in love with this team, and I really am fired up. And even after Brady leaves,
it's still playing. I don't know what he's just not talking.
It's across the pond, bro. Sometimes you lose.
Sounds like he's doing push-ups while he's talking to us. Like, why? What is happening? I appreciate the call, but put down the dumbbells when you call in the voicemails.
What's up, gentlemen? It's Kevin. You know my wing preference. Always
Kevin.
crispy cauliflower with a spicy dipping sauce. For vegans, we get creative. But I digress. What Super Bowl 55 means is the opportunity to watch it with my wife. I've alluded to this a couple of times, but in November she was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer, metastasized to her liver and lungs. She was in the hospital for about a week, and it was touch and go. My Bucs fandom has been a part of our relationship. We watched the first pass of Jameis Winston's career. We watched the last pass of Jameis Winston's career, and she always tells a story about me regaling her with the full history of the Bucs on one of our first dates. She's an incredible woman. Her strength and endurance is just staggering, and I'm in awe of it every day. And I'm so grateful that I get to have this opportunity to watch this game with her, for her to be present and healthy and alive for it and to see it. And something I'll always remember. It's something I'm so incredibly grateful for. I'm grateful for you and everything you guys have done. That this broader community, even though I'm far removed from both my home in Tampa and also the place I lived for many years out in California. So it's really just me and my wife and her family here. And, we've come a long way. You guys have done a fantastic job. I'm so incredibly grateful for you and so incredibly grateful for this team, that they're not only excellent, but they're also, a fine collection of young men who are good dudes and great people. The fact that the Arians Family Foundation is, so prevalent in the field that I work in is just another thing that adds to this experience. And with that, I'll simply say, go Bucs. Thank you for everything.
It's fucking dust.
That's the call of the night right there, man. Wow.
Yeah. Fucking
wow.
Dust. Jesus, what the fuck?
Kevin,
I'll just say this. It's like, there's passion, right? We started this with Lou with the fuck yeah and fire the fucking cannons and yelling and the screaming, but that dude had passion, and it was just, it was from the heart. I mean, prayers out to him and his wife, and all that. But boy, just wow, that was a call, fellas, right there.
Love you too, bro. By the way, I would be remiss. I don't know if you guys saw Stank, Sammer, Scott. I don't know if you follow Lou or not, but he's on the way to the hospital with his son right now. So with his kid. Prayers.
Wow.
Yeah, there are things bigger than football, obviously. Kevin being one of our favorite callers, and he has alluded to his wife having some medical issues, and obviously our thoughts are with you guys, and I hope you guys get to enjoy a little bit of escape watching this game, and clearly we all hope it wins, and obviously Lou, our thoughts are with you and your child as well. So yeah, man.
A lot of Bucs fans have gone through some stuff like that this year, man. I mean, Scott, last time we had you here, I don't want to bring up, past memories, but
lost my mom October 20th.
And you were emotional about talking about her, and she's watching this Bucs team, and I'm sure there's something special about this game that she's going to get to watch this Super Bowl in a different way, obviously, but you alluded to that she's up there with Jason Light's father, and they're going to,
and my mother Judy too. They're hanging out.
There you go. And you know what? The crazy thing is me coming from Kansas City, my mom, raised me there. So her two favorite teams were the Chiefs and the Bucs. Now, the thing I always loved about her was she kind of followed the Steve Dumig principle, right? Which is where when you move to Tampa, you become a fan of the local team. And she did. And obviously, her son covers the Bucs, right? And it certainly, was cool for her to, get to meet Rondé Barber. And I hooked her up with a couple of little perks like that. But the thing is, though, is here's my mom, right? She's up there with your mom and Jason Light watching the Super Bowl, and it's her two favorite teams, right? Number one is the Bucs, number two is the Chiefs. So it's interesting how things work out, right?
It is.
Definitely rooting Bucs.
Definitely, yes.
Voicemails are funny, guys.
Hey guys, it's Michelle. Just got through watching the podcast you did with Old School, which was freaking awesome. Loving the Super Bowl Blitz. I can't think of a better week to have spent than a podcast every day. That being said, y'all, we're talking about numbers and manifesting. And you know what? We as a Buccaneers fan collective, we manifested this shit. We spoke it into reality. When I first heard that we were hosting the Super Bowl a couple years ago or whenever it was, I had a feeling we would be there. Wasn't sure how yet, but then when we got Brady, I was like, yeah, things are looking better. And then we get Gronk, and then we get AB. Everything starts clicking. For a year now, I have slept with a crystal skull in my pillow. And for a year now, every night before I go to sleep, I have a little chat with the universe. And us being in the Super Bowl has always been in that conversation. Numbers, 555, seeing 55 a lot. Latte, remember when we played? I can't remember who it was. Maybe it was Green Bay. I don't remember. Anyway, you woke up at 3:05. I did the exact same thing, which remember that was the time of the game. There has been so much out there that's pointing us in the direction that we're going to win the fucking Super Bowl on Sunday.
That's right.
Great, Michelle.
I know we are. I'm not worried at all. And that's really weird. And I wasn't worried when we played the Packers. I wasn't nervous. We got this shit. We've got an amazing team. And I just wish that I was going to be in Tampa to celebrate with you guys. So anyway, that's all I got to say. Go Bucs. We're going to win the fucking Super Bowl.
We are.
Right. By the way,
Michelle.
Super Bowl 55, February 7th, Brady chasing his 7th ring. What the fuck? Also, crazy shit, right?
Dwight Smith was right.
Yeah, she hasn't had her car.
Michelle Smith was right.
Dwight was right. No, Michelle hasn't had her car for a while. I don't know what the situation was, but she hasn't had her car, right? She finally gets her car back after months. I think she said 6 months. She turns on her car, Scott, and the song playing on the radio is "We Are the Champions."
There you go, right there.
What the fuck?
Guaranteed win. I gotta call.
Michelle's like
I gotta call my bookie.
She's our spiritual.
She is definitely. She's like a mother to this podcast. We clearly need more mothering, and she sent me and my wife some cool shit too, some healing stuff, some skulls, and
very cool.
Yeah, it's all about good energy, and I feel it as well.
It is. Guys, I think we've got plenty of good energy. I really appreciate you having me on the show tonight. This has been special to do right before the Super Bowl, and it's been a long time coming. It's been a long 2 weeks, right, since that Green Bay game, and I think they're going to take it home. But I really appreciate you guys having me on.
We appreciate you coming on, brother. Anytime, obviously.
Yep. Can't wait to celebrate the Super Bowl victory. I'll have you on. We're maybe going to be crazy enough to do another Blitz after this. Who knows? We'll see what happens.
A Blitz? Scott, I'm taking a vacation.
Yeah, maybe we should do that first.
Let's get the podcast wall, bro. Yeah. I'm going to be somewhere on Del Mabry doing reckless shit, streaking with John Ledyard, and partying for 72 hours.
There you go. I like it.
Socially distanced, of course, wearing my mask.
Of course.
Wearing a mask. Scott, thank you so much again, man. Have a good night. We'll see you after the win. Go Bucs.
Go Bucs.
Go Bucs, man. Appreciate it, guys. Thank you.